Hello, I'm Julie Sweetland from the Frameworks Institute. Thanks for tuning in to the 7th episode of our online video series that explores findings and recommendations from the Farming and Food Narrative Project. In this video, I'll be explaining why and how to connect what happens on farms to the type of community we want. So farming is often far out on the horizon in public thinking and public discourse. If people think about farming at all, they picture it as something in the background of society, a faraway sector that supports quote-unquote real society by providing food for civilization. The weak connection to farming complicates efforts to build programs, policies, and practices that can promote a farming system that benefits everyone. So to reframe, we need to show how adjusting farming practices and policies can contribute to the type of communities we want. Even though the public starts in a place where farming is a million miles away, just because they start there doesn't mean they have to stay there. We can use the power of framing to bring farming closer to the communities where people live and connect it to the ideals that people believe society should uphold. So to reframe farming as a central, not peripheral concern for contemporary society, the strategy or the idea here is to pair a widely shared aspiration or community value with a policy or practice that shapes on-farm realities. So talking about social sustainability somehow in terms of community is highly effective. I know that because in the large-scale national survey experiments we ran, people who read a description of how farms and communities could be more closely connected or already were closely connected, those people were more likely to support policies that would concentrate power and decisions about farming practice more locally. And then we followed up in focus groups, and in those settings, lifting up community farm connections was highly effective in shifting thinking away from picturing farming as an isolated sector and shifting thinking toward farming as integrated to and affected by everyone's lives and decisions. So here the idea is to paint a picture of the possibilities of how farms can contribute to the vitality and well-being of their communities, and then explain one or two steps we could take to strengthen both farms and the communities that rely on them. So here's an example of a message or the theme that we're talking about. When our farms and communities are well connected, both our farming systems and our society are stronger and more vibrant. We need to make sure we are setting policies that make it easier for farmers to do business, make a decent living, and do their part in helping communities thrive. So to do this, to kind of elaborate on this theme, you want to really, again, keep farming in community and connected to community. So lead with a message or lead with an idea about something that we value in our community, connect that to how it plays out in farming, and then, don't just kind of say, hey, we're here and we're supporting the community. Talk about how a current policy is promoting that or impeding that. So what's something that the society is doing that allows the good thing, or something where society could be doing something different to get out of the way or to, prevent a bad thing. Here's another example of how to put that into a message and connect it to policy, to practices. As farmers with deep roots in our region, we have close bonds with local consumers, families, schools, agricultural educators, and other farmers. Our 15 acres supports more than the radishes we sell to wholesalers and the veggie boxes we just deliver to subscribers. We also host full school field trips focused on environmentally friendly farming methods, and we collaborate with the state university on a beginning farmer training program. Our county's agricultural preserve grants are one way we make this work financially. So again, when I say talk about policy, It's not, advocate for Senate Bill X, Y, or Z. You can do that, but it also can just be reminding people that we make decisions collectively at some level that allows and fosters good stuff in farming or prevents and impedes it. And so talking about that context is really critical for people to see why they should be engaged in farming as an issue, and that farming issues deserve and demand a public response and social support. All right, if you like those ideas, there's more detail available. You can look more, see more of the data behind it, and a couple more examples in the Reframing Farming report. And you can see a lot more examples of how to put this into messaging and infuse this into communications in the companion toolkit. Overall, I hope you'll keep exploring our resources, either the ones I just mentioned or many of the other goodies that we have at farmingandfoodnarrative.org. And you can also find quite a bit at the Frameworks Institute website. Thank you for being with me on this resource, and I hope you'll join the next one. Thanks so much.